data comes from communication we've intercepted as authorized by the federal court.
A federal court judge says CSIS has been keeping secret information on Canadians for almost a decade. The militant group ISIS is forcibly recruiting child soldiers aged 9 and over to fight against the Iraqi army in the battle for Mosul. Fans flocked to the parade in downtown Chicago to celebrate the Cubs' first World Series win in 108 years. Hi, and welcome to Humber News. I'm Alana McLeod, coming to you from our newsroom here at Humber College North Campus. A federal court judge says the Canadian spy agency CSIS illegally kept sensitive online data about people over a 10-year period. Public Safety Minister Ralph Goodale told reporters this morning he welcomes the ruling and the government will not appeal. Goodale says the ruling shows CSIS failed in its duty to be transparent, and Canadians must have confidence in all departments. CSIS Director Michelle Coulombe says the agency is committed to addressing concerns by the court. Justice Simon Noel says CSIS breached its duty to report any data collecting to a court, including an unknown amount on a third party and non-threat individuals. The fight for Mosul is intensifying. After reports last week that ISIS was using human shields, the UN is now receiving reports that children are being forced to fight for the militant group. Fierce battles in Mosul between ISIS and the Iraqi-led coalition have taken a disturbing turn. Boys over the age of 9 have been conscripted to fight for ISIS. The United Nations met in Geneva and discussed the crisis.
Been forcibly recruiting children from the age of 9 or 10.
The children were taken from their families about 30 kilometers away from Mosul. The son and grandson of the Kurdish regional president have enlisted their services and say they are ready to die fighting ISIS.
I saw that something like this is happening to my country, so I decided to come back and help them. I'm really proud that I can do something like this.
Iraqi forces have breached the city walls for the first time in 2 years. The UN says ISIS has executed more than 50 deserters. A woman from South Carolina, missing since August, has been rescued. 30-year-old Kayla Brown was found chained up inside a storage container registered to a sex offender. Police say the woman was found while they were issuing a search warrant at the property. They say they heard banging noises coming from inside a 15 by 30 foot container. The county sheriff says she was chained up like a dog. Brown was reported missing in August along with her boyfriend. He's still missing. 45-year-old Todd Cole Hepp has been taken into custody. It's the party of the century. The Cubs held their World Series championship parade in Chicago today. Fans were gathering in the wee hours of the morn to get a good view of the festivities. It's the celebration people in Chicago have been waiting 108 years for. The Cubs won the World Series against Cleveland Wednesday night. Players and fans had the opportunity to celebrate this great feat together, both hoping they don't have to wait another 108 years to do this again. Here at home, new figures from Statistics Canada show 44,000 new jobs were added across the nation in October. The country's unemployment rate, however, remains steady at 7%. The 44,000 figure was reached by calculating gains from part-time jobs against the loss of full-time jobs. Statistics Canada says Calgary currently has the worst unemployment rate for the 4th straight month. The report also found that Canada's trade deficit hit a record high of more than $4 billion in September. To Toronto now, where a man has been charged with first-degree murder in the death of a woman last January. Sylvia Consuelo was found dead by her friends in her Rexdale apartment last January. Police have arrested a 29-year-old man and charged him with first-degree murder. India's capital is experiencing its worst smog in nearly 2 decades. New Delhi is one of the most polluted cities in the world, but fireworks from Diwali celebrations are making things worse than usual. Warnings of pollution levels dominated every newspaper. Police say the thick smog caused several car accidents. Authorities have banned old trucks and limited private vehicle usage, but experts say this has done little to reduce pollution. This morning, Russian President Vladimir Putin placed flowers at a monument in honor of the Russian holiday, National Unity Day. The flowers were laid on Moscow's Red Square. They pay tribute to Russian heroes who led an uprising against Polish rulers in the 17th century. National Unity Day became a holiday in 2004. Some sad news to tell you about today. The 3-year-old son of Canadian singer Michael Bublé has been diagnosed with cancer. Bublé and his wife made the announcement in a statement on Facebook this morning. The boy is currently undergoing treatment in the United States. His diagnosis came after he was taken to see a doctor for an unrelated condition. Bublé and his wife are asking the public to respect their privacy at this difficult time. Humber College at the North and Lakeshore campus helps support the United Way one finger at a time. Claire Jenkins has more on the story.
Humber students are rocking red lips and red polish this week thanks to the Spa Management Program, offering their services for a small donation of $5 to United Way charities. Mark Hanna, the co-chair of United Way campaign, says it's all about combining something fun for students with something that benefits the charity.
It's finding something that we both know students would be interested in, in getting a cheap polish change. So it's finding that service item that students would find interesting, or people in general on campus would find interesting, in combination with the fact that it would be a revenue source for United Way.
This year, United Way launched a campaign with the goal of raising $100 million. And last year, Humber itself raised a little under $80,000. Samantha Cook, the Associate Manager of Resource Development for United Way, says events like this help fund resources all over the city.
This is a great example of student engagement. It helps us raise money for an important network of social services across Toronto and York region, helping kids be all they can be, moving people from poverty to possibility, and building stronger communities.
Different shades of red representing United Way were available to choose from. Some students, like criminal justice student Vanessa Kay, said they didn't mind taking a break from their studies for a little pampering for a good cause.
It's a great way to gain attraction without being like, oh, sign this petition. It's like, here, we're raising awareness. Would you like your nails done?
Within the last 5 years, Humber has fundraised over $400,000 and does not plan on stopping.
Paint the Town Red is one of 8 annual events Humber holds for United Way, with the goal of raising $80,000 by the end of the school year. Claire Jenkins, Humber News.
Today is the day to hold the door, make the coffee run, and pay it forward. Our reporter Lindsay Wadden did just that to celebrate Random Acts of Kindness Day.
Free coffee today? Free coffee? Yeah.
What do buying a stranger coffee, opening a door for someone, and free high fives have in common? They are all acts of kindness. Today, Humber celebrated Random Act of Kindness Day. It's to celebrate kindness and a reminder to be good to one another. Gail de Guzman noticed how happy people were when someone anonymously bought students coffee.
A lot of people were very surprised and very happy to get their free coffee in the morning. Lots of them were like, I'm going to definitely pass it on, and thank you, and a happy smile. It's great to see a smile around campus. I actually passed it on this morning. Someone didn't have their bus fare, and I paid for their bus, but even if I just did one, I know I'm going to do multiple, even just opening a door, or like getting someone's coffee just like this, or helping someone with their homework, anything.
One student paid the kindness forward.
I mean, it's pretty great. It's pretty nice. It's not every day that there's generous acts of kindness like that. Definitely makes me want to pass that favor on to other people. They're having autism awareness campaign here, so sort of enticed me to pass that on and donate some change to these guys as well. So yeah, it's a great feeling and brightens everyone's day. So
after hearing about this, and I didn't know that today was Random Act of Kindness Day, it's just something I can actively think about through the rest of the day, because while this is planned, I'm sure there's something else I could do nice for somebody else throughout the day.
It just promotes like good spirit kind of thing, and gives everyone like a chance to give back to everyone else, be nice. It's just a nice thing to do. It's a nice change.
Random Act of Kindness Day is only one day of the year, but the message it promotes is to spread kindness throughout every day. Lindsay Wadden, Humber News.
When we come back, we'll tell you what's happening in the world of sports, and Natalie Dixon will have your 3-day forecast.
Maybe a little chilly right now, but the weekend is expected to warm up. I'll have your 3-day forecast after the break.
But for now, we leave you with this. A minke whale took the wrong turn in its afternoon swim and ended up on shore in Chile. Fishermen in the area worked together to rescue it by using a rope to move the whale back into the Pacific Ocean. The whale is 12 meters long and weighs 8 tons. Luckily for the whale, she's now free and able to swim back to her family and friends.